the invoices. I just have a couple of questions on the invoices. Now, in MS 36B, no, don't say so. The Office of the President, the invoices you claim to have settled for the Office of the President. I believe I've asked you questions before on the fuel invoices from Senegal. Now, you have an invoice from United Africa Group for 3 million, which you said is for the Gunjur Mosque.
Gunjur Mosque. For Gunjur
and which
Mosque.
you charge to APAM.
Yes.
This is where's 302? 328. Under the agreement for the supply of HMC, there was a 40-60. 40-60.
60 APAM, 40 Shanghai.
Okay. Cement to Gunjur Mosque, United African Group. You have a bank account, United Africa Group.
Yes.
Yes, you have bank account. Where do you have this bank account?
FI Bank.
FI Bank.
Yes.
Why should APAM pay for cement you supplied to Gunjur Mosque?
Well, that's the practice. When they don't have money and I have to pay my suppliers, I ask for my money. And I asked General Baji what I have to do since I'm involving in many things. I can't anymore. The answer will be, as usual, use money from APAN if you have and sort out your problems.
So in this case, he said use money from APAM.
Yes. To sort out
what?
your problems.
To
sort out your problems. I'm having problems. To pay, to do my business.
Animal feed.
Yes.
You charged 1.4 million animal feed, Gatsin Company Limited.
Yes.
You charged trips of basalt. You said you delivered Kanilai. You
Yes.
also charge another 1.1 million animal feed. Basically, the whole 6.7 million, apart from the cement and basalt, is animal feed.
Basalt and animal feed, yes.
Basalt and animal feed.
Yes.
These have nothing to do with APAM.
Well,
why should APAM pay for these?
Because that, as I said, I supply and I need my money back. Now we are not talking that I'm the managing director of APAM. I should supply everything free. So when I ask for my money, take it from there if there is money.
Mr. Gatters.
Yes, madam.
You haven't shown us anything, one, to show that these vessels were supplied, or the animal feed was delivered, or that you had authority to use APAM's money in this way. Do you have anything at all to show this commission on those three issues?
Well, all what I have, I said. It was everything verbally, and
this is all you have?
That's all what I have.
You have shown us a document when you gave you said you gave General Mbaji $5 million.
Yes.
And he signed the receipt for you.
That's the only time. And after that?
So why didn't you obtain documents? If you obtain a document for $5 million, why didn't you obtain a document for $226,000 or $6.7 million?
Because at their presence here, I was asking them about this. They said, go ahead and do your job. I cannot go and tell him, okay, I'm sending you to sign for me a letter.
Who is they?
I mean General Baji.
He said what? Go do your job.
Go do your job. I go and do my job.
But when you asked him for a receipt for $3 million, he gave you a receipt.
That was the first time ever.
$5 million receipt. Mr. Gatters,
yes.
Just a few more questions. The monies that were paid to, your account with APAM account, the money that was received from Hainan and that was paid to APAM account in GT Bank.
Yes.
Was transferred to Gatsin's account in GT Bank. Most of it was transferred to Gatsin account in GT Bank.
This is against the
Let me ask you a question. I haven't asked you a question. You said you used that money to pay for a deposit, 150,000.
Yes.
Isn't that what you said?
Yes.
Since that deposit was on behalf of APAM, why didn't you just pay from APAM? Why pay from Gatsin?
APAM didn't have the money to start with. APAM didn't have the money to start with.
APAM had $314,000 paid into its account at GT Bank.
Yes.
And about 200 and how much? 40-something thousand, 60-something thousand was transferred to Gatsin.
140.
Was transferred to Gatsin's account.
Sorry?
How much was transferred to Gatsin's account?
Nothing. And the one here, 226.
Nothing?
226.
226.
Yes.
That's APAM's money.
Exactly.
So APAM had money.
In July, June, July, somewhere.
In what?
Not in December. December, APAM didn't have more than $10 million.
How much is $10 million? It doesn't cover $150,000?
It can cover, but we will be out of money here to pay the demurrage and the things and the machines in the car.
So you transferred, so you did what exactly?
I pay in China, and whenever APAM start having money, I start taking easy to refund my money back.
So why was the money being paid to Gambia Milling Corporation?
Because I do the animal feed with Gambia Milling Corporation. And I owe them money to be paid there.
What your invoices for animal feed is after. These are payments in July you made to Gambia Milling Corporation. Your invoices of animal feed are in November. I'll tell you what the invoices are. Animal feed, one invoice is 22nd November, 2016. The other invoice for animal feed is 25th September, 2016. The other one is 11 August, 2016.
Yes.
Your payment to Gambia Milling Corporation is 60,000 in July. They are all in July and August. 200
That's when APAM had the money.
Yeah. Sorry?
That's when APAM received money.
I'm not talking about when APAM received money. I'm talking about when Gatsin paid Gambia Milling Corporation money.
Yeah.
No animal feed had been invoiced at this time.
Madam, this is my own money, the $150,000, and I used to have exclusivity from 2013 up to date for the animal feed. So I was selling, buying, and having credit, and this is one of the payments.
Why was Shanghai transferring money to Euro Africa Group?
I sold them the dollars.
All the payments by Hainan to Shanghai with regard to HMC that was exported to China. APAM HMC exported to China.
Yes.
That was paid into Shanghai was also paid to Euro African Group, the exact amount.
It was not paid to them, it was sold to them into Dalasi.
So
I sold them the dollars to get Dalasi.
And the Dalasi was paid into APAM's account?
And the Dalasi was taken and paid to Geology as royalty. Because they didn't accept to take transfers from Shanghai. They said you bring the cash to Central Bank and you pay it there. So we used to cash the money and take it and pay it in Central Bank.
All right.
Yes.
We will check. We'll check that. Another question. Mr. Gutters, why would that be necessary when APAM had significant amounts of dollars in its account? APAM had significant amounts of dollars in its account. Why would you have to wait? Why would you have to sell its dollars in order to pay for royalties?
Madam, that was, APAM didn't have the money. We were waiting for the transfer to hit the account to pay the royalties, because we didn't pay royalties at the time of former president was here. We paid most of the royalties from January up to I think March or May, somewhere, April. I don't remember.
Mr. Gutters,
yes.
APAM was never short of dollars because it was selling sand.
Yes.
And you were putting the money, you said, in Shanghai company's account because you said General Baji told you could do that.
Exactly.
So the dollars in Shanghai account belongs to APAM. Is that not true?
Exactly. It's APAM money.
The dollars in Shanghai is APAM money.
Exactly. It was paid for diesel, salaries, and royalty taken out of the money.
It was paid for what?
Diesel.
Diesel for?
Gulp. Petrogas, I think now.
You have in your summary that you have given us with regard to invoices and the invoices that were paid to Gatsin, you have not given us the invoices that were paid from Shanghai. You told us that these are the invoices that were paid to Gatsin, what you were owed. So all these payments from Shanghai that you have made from APAM money, that is the Shanghai accounts, and you have how many of them? So far, 2 of them, the dollar and the Dalasi account. We would like you to submit a statement explaining how the money that was paid into Shanghai on behalf of APAM was used. Do you understand?
I already sent the royalty list and the payment for Gatson and the diesel consumption, everything I sent to...
The diesel consumption
Yes.
was paid where?
From Shanghai to Gal. And the salaries...
The diesel consumption,
Yes.
okay, we will reconcile it. The
Yes.
diesel consumption...
And the salary and the Chinese names are there. And
the salary?
the Chinese salaries, yes, and the Gambian salaries also. They were there, all in cash.
No, we haven't. I haven't seen Gambian salaries, but I'll check. I have seen some Chinese salaries.
Yes.
And you're saying these were paid from Shanghai, not
Yes.
Gatsin?
Yes. Shanghai. Everything from Shanghai. Because when we stopped the operation in February, we didn't receive any money anymore for APAM to put in Shanghai account. So the account was, anyway, we have to continue the job, hoping that we will negotiate the contract again with the government or with the geology.
So you are saying that of the $67 million that you received from White Sand and the all the dollars that you received from HMC, you spent?
Yes.
You spent all?
Yes. I didn't spend it. I paid for operation and royalty
and animal feed and basalt and
yes,
cement.
Yes.
And, okay. No, we just want to understand.
No, this is what happened. It's like that.
All right. Do you have any? All right, I have no further questions for Mr. Gattas. But except we would like him to submit the documents that he hasn't yet submitted, that I have referred to.
Excuse me?
Your lawyer is here. He knows.
That's up to not cross-examine, to ask questions.
It's your floor now.
Yes, Mr. Tambiru, do you have anything to say?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I just have a few questions for the witness, if allowed.
Yes. Carry on.
Yes, Mr. Gattas, Mr. Gattas, I should say. You spoke about the deposit of $290,000 for dredges in...
We are not hearing clearly. Can you speak up a bit?
I said, Mr. Gattas,
Yes,
you
sir.
spoke about $290,000 you paid to China as deposit or advance payment for dredges. What was the total cost of the dredges?
The total project is $8 million if we will make all the process. But we were going to start with 3 dredgers at 2 million something, 2,100,000 something.
So the payment was represented about only 10% of the cost.
Almost there, 14-15%.
At the time these payments were made, you were managing director of APAM,
Yes,
responsible to run APAM, make certain decisions for APAM. Were you not?
Exactly.
Now you were asked about the road in Sanyang that you built and proof about that road. Is that road in Sanyang now?
Yes, but it needs rehabilitation. Yes,
Please.
it's there.
It's there.
Yes,
The cement that you took to Gunjur,
yes.
where is the cement?
It's in Gunjur.
In Gunjur where?
Gunjur Mosque?
It's in the mosque.
Yes.
You can see that the mosque was built with using cement, can't you?
Yes.
Please,
My learned friend cannot lead the witness.
can you answer up loudly?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. You also spoke about the receipt from General Baji for $5 million. Was this receipt issued by General Baji himself?
No.
Who
It
issued
wa-
the receipt?
My accountant.
Sorry?
My accountant.
No. This is the receipt. You said you got only one receipt
Only one receipt.
from General Baji.
Yes. This is the only one time we get it.
Yes, Mr. Ghattas, please. Was this receipt issued by General Baji himself?
No, it was issued by APAM. And he signed on it.
And he signed on it?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Chairman, I just... Throughout your dealings with General Baji or Office of the President, did you ever receive written instructions?
No.
Never.
Never.
Mr. Ghattas, have you ever met former President Yahya Jammeh?
No, in public only, like others.
Have you ever sought appointment to see him at State House or anywhere else?
No.
Mr. Nuha Toure gave evidence here in this commission, and he was asked about the close associates of former President Yahya Jammeh, and he mentioned your name. What is your reaction to that?
Not at all. I am not a close associate to Mr. Jammeh.
Thank you, Mrs. Ghattas. That will be all, Mr. Chairman, for now.
Mr. Ghattas, I only have one question. You mentioned earlier when given evidence that you acted as a middleman for Shanghai's Zonggeng, sorry, excuse my pronunciation, and others, right?
And
other...
only for Shanghai Zhongzhen Minerals? Yes.
Okay, so you acted as a middleman. Perfect. And you earned a commission after the transaction?
Yes.
And these were paid into your bank account?
It will be in Shanghai Zhongzhen Minerals account until I need it.
Yes, but
because we have a good relationship, so...
Okay, but at the end of the transaction, your account is credited, be it Gatson or wherever?
Wherever I want, yes.
Perfect. You also mentioned that you had contracts anytime you acted as a middleman for Shanghai.
Yes.
Okay, can you provide us with some of those, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Ghattas?
Yes, sir.
One question.
Yes, sir.
You said Mr. Nuha Toure called you to appoint you MD APAM. Is that correct?
He called me, he said that I have an appointment letter.
You have an appointment letter?
Yes.
Signed by?
I think it was signed by Nuha Toure, I think. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
Is with you there.
You don't remember who appointed you? Because the person who signed that letter...
I think it was Nuha Toure there.
No. He probably acted on behalf of the person appointing you managing director. So
yes.
Do you remember who appointed you managing director APAM?
Well, I have to go back to my letter and see.
It is very important you do that.
Yes.
The reason I ask, because in the definition of close associates, somebody you spend time with or you do business with or for. So
yeah.
You are either a close associate of the former president or a close associate of General Baji. So in your verbal interactions, did you get any designation for who General Baji was? What capacity he had with respect to APAM? Was he the chairman? Was he a director? Because you were the MD and a managing director, the boss of the managing director. There you go.